Hey everyone, and welcome to this channel. Today we're diving into something that's on pretty much everyone's mind, your paycheck. We're going to look at the jobs pulling in the big books in 2025 and get a sneak peek at the salary trends that are going to define 2026. Ready? Let's jump in. So, let me ask you something straight up. Are you actually getting paid what you're worth? I mean, really worth. It sounds like a simple question, right? But in the job market we're in right now, the answer is, well, it's complicated. But don't worry, that's what we're here for, to arm you with the info you need. Okay, here's what we've got on tap. First, we'll talk about the big salary shift. Then we'll get to the good stuff, 2025's top-paying jobs. After that, we're looking forward to the hot job trends for 2026, and we'll finish up by talking about how to future-proof your own skill set. Let's do it. All right, first up, the big salary shift. So if you've been feeling like those good old-fashioned, across-the-board annual raises are kind of a thing of the past, you're not wrong. Something has definitely changed in how companies are deciding who gets paid what. So check this out. At first glance, things look pretty steady. The average planned salary increase budget for 2026, it's 3.5%. And hey, that's the same as 2025. But, and this is a big but, that number is actually hiding the real story. The interesting part is where that money is actually going. And here's the key takeaway. Companies aren't just sprinkling that 3.5% evenly across the board anymore. No way. They're getting super strategic about it. They're taking that limited budget and really zeroing in, pouring it into the specific roles and skills they desperately need. So this means bigger bonuses for the top performers or way higher pay for someone with, say, killer tech skills. You know, this whole thing creates a bit of a disconnect in the market. Take a look at this data from Australia, for instance. You've got 71% of companies planning to give raises, but only 64% of their employees are actually expecting one. It's this gap, this mismatch in expectations that we're seeing pop up all over the globe. Okay, now for the part I know you've been waiting for. Let's talk about 2025's top-paying jobs. Where is the serious money being made right now? We're about to find out. Woo! Okay, just look at these numbers. They're pretty mind-blowing. In healthcare, a neurosurgeon can pull in over $800,000. In the corporate world, the median pay for an S&P 500 CEO is almost $19 million. And then you have tech, where a CIA officer can earn up to $1.2 million. But to really get what's going on here, you need to understand one key phrase: total compensation, right? So what is total compensation? It's because the base salary is just one piece of the puzzle, especially when you get to these top-tier jobs. Total comp is the whole shebang. It's your base pay, yeah, but then you add in cash bonuses, stock options, and these long-term incentive plans, you know, where they give you shares, but you have to stick around for a few years before you can actually cash them in. That's how these numbers get so incredibly high. So it really all boils down to this one simple truth. In today's job market, it's less about your job title and all about your specific skill set. These really specialized, in-demand skills, they're basically the new currency. And if you have them, companies will pay top dollar for you. And you see this playing out more than anywhere else in the world of tech. I mean, the rise of AI is just tweaking old jobs. It's literally creating brand new, super high-paying roles that honestly didn't even exist a couple years ago. It's wild. Let's get into the specifics. The hunger for people who know AI and machine learning is just off the charts. It's pushing salaries sky high. A senior AI engineer can easily clear $350,000 in total comp. But listen, it's not just AI. The folks who are building and defending our entire digital world, we're talking cybersecurity architects and cloud solutions architects, they're also making bank because what they do is just non-negotiable for pretty much every company out there. Okay, so that's the picture today. But what about tomorrow? What's coming next? Let's shift gears and look at the hottest job trends for 2026. the fields that are set to just explode. And honestly, some of these might surprise you. So get this, while we all hear about tech growing like crazy, the jobs with the biggest percentage growth are actually in green energy. I'm talking wind turbine technicians, projected to grow by almost 50% in the next decade. 50%. And solar installers are right there with them. This isn't just a small trend, it's a huge economic shift. And just to put that into perspective, look at the scale of this. This isn't some tiny niche market. The move to green energy is expected to create 34 million new jobs across the globe by 2030. That's a fundamental restructuring of our economy. Meanwhile, back in the tech world, the goalposts are moving. It's not enough to just know how to use a cool AI tool anymore. The next big thing, the skill everyone's going to be looking for in 2026, is something called AI fluency. Think of it like this. It's the ability to look at a real-world business problem, say a messy supply chain, and instinctively know, this is the AI model we need to fix that. It's strategic thinking with AI. Okay, which brings us to the final and maybe the most important part of all this. With everything changing so fast, what should you be doing right now? What skills do you actually need to learn to make sure you're not just surviving, but thriving in this new world? All right, if you need a little motivation, here it is. This is a bit of a wake-up call. The World Economic Forum says that a whopping 44%, that's almost half of the core skills we use every single day at work, are probably going to change in the next 5 years. 5 years. That means learning new things isn't just a nice to have anymore, it's a must do. So what should you learn? Well, it kind of breaks down into two main layers. You've got the digital layer. You absolutely have to be comfortable with tech, AI, big data, all that good stuff. But that's just one side of the coin. The other is the human layer. These are the skills that robots and AI just can't touch. Real critical thinking, leadership, influencing people, emotional intelligence. The people who are going to crush it in the future, they're the ones who master both. And hey, for anyone out there whose ears perked up when they heard those tech salaries, here's a super simplified roadmap for a role like a machine learning engineer. You usually start with a solid foundation, like a computer science degree. Then you've got to get really good at programming. Think Python or R. From there, you dig into the core machine learning ideas, and then, and this is the most important part, you build stuff. Create a portfolio of your own projects. That's what really makes companies take notice. So as we get ready to wrap this up, I want to leave you with something to chew on. After hearing about everything from AI engineers to wind turbine techs, which of these fast-growing career paths gets you the most excited? What do you see for your own future? We really want to know what you think, so drop a comment below. What trends are you seeing out there? What skills are you working on? And hey, if you found this helpful, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next explainer. Thanks so much for hanging out with us.